Today's lesson is for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and this is to complete our unit on Gustav Klimt using lines and shapes. All right, so we're gonna use a lot of his curly lines and decorative shapes, and in this lady. All right, so this lady's face is seen a lot in his art, and it's called the golden eye, and he does like very realistic with the face, and then very ornate and decorative background. So we're just gonna kind of simplify it. Towards the top of our paper, this is gonna be her face, and I'm gonna draw a big curved line, or it looks like the letter U, okay? Above her, I'm gonna go diagonal above her, make a little dot, and this line is gonna swoop down. This is her hair, and I'm gonna swoop down, and then I'm gonna do the same thing and swoop down here too, okay? Maybe I should. I'm gonna start with a pencil, and then of course we'll go back, trace it with a marker, and color it in. All right, so her hair is kind of a poofy hairdo, and it's gonna kind of go like that. Okay, kind of a wave in there. We're gonna be very simple with her eyes, circle eyes, eyebrows, eyelashes, pestañas. That's my new Spanish word from last week. Nose, it looks like an upside down question mark. A slight smile, not a big smile. Those are her lips, and some pink cheeks. All right. We'll color the eyes in when we use our black marker. All right, so here's her neck. Her neck is kind of long and skinny. And then her shoulders, we're just gonna go bloop. All right, so bloop, bloop. Her dress is kind of like her shoulders are out, horizontal line, and then like 2 more curved lines. Now, with her dress, she also has like a almost like a long coat or something with it. So I'm going to, from her shoulder, I'm going to come and just do a kind of a curved line, and the same over here. I'm gonna kind of come in here. So from her shoulder, I'm just gonna go right here, kind of curve in. I'm going to draw from this, is she has like her big coat, and over here as well. So just like a curve, like a C. Right? Make sure, like, if I'm going too fast, pause it and come back to it, okay? I'm gonna bring these down just a little bit. Curved. Make sure that touches. It'll look funny if it doesn't. And then this is gonna curve all the way over. I made this too high up, so I'm gonna erase this line. Good thing I'm using a pencil. And I'm gonna put a line in between right here. Okay, so this is like a fancy dress. All right, in both of these, I'm gonna do a zigzag line. So zigzag, 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 zigzag. Same thing down here. Zigzag, zigzag. Yes, I like to say it as I draw it. All right, so like her coat part here. Oh, and she's wearing a necklace, like a choker necklace. So I'm gonna draw like 3 lines, and then we'll color that in fancy when we're ready. All right, so in her coat part, I'm just gonna be using curly lines, squares, rectangles, and then you can put whatever shape you want on the inside of your squares and rectangles. So I'm gonna fast forward this part. And of course you can pause it if you need to. All right, there's no like rhyme or like reason to this. We're just decorative, all right? When we come to this part of her dress, I'm going to do lines, making them slightly curved, not completely straight. Maybe one more right there. And here, I'm going to use triangles with a circle in it. You can do as many as you want, but I would do at least 5. I feel like I need more than 5 to kind of balance. All right, so we are done with the lady part. Now I do want to do like, there's like kind of like a circle. I'm gonna do a circle around her head. And we can color that in just one color. And then around on the sides, we're gonna do decorative, like curly lines. So I make my curly lines connect. You do not have to. You can just have them going like close together. And this is the artist Gustav Klimt. Remember we talked about his tree of life and how he always used, he liked to use the idea of life versus death. He had a lot of death around him growing up. All right. So these are just curly lines. And then this is what I'm going to stop the video and start it up again. I'm going to trace with a black marker, and then come back and color. Not all of us have the right colors. Like if Gustav Klimt uses a lot of gold, and in my crayons that I bought, I did not have gold. So I'm gonna use a lot of yellow. So I'm gonna trace with black, trace everything with black, and then I'm going to color in a lot of this with yellow. And you can use kind of whatever colors you want in the dress, but I'm gonna use yellow here, whatever color you want here. And then I'll come back and show you. I traced our lady, our golden eye lady, with black Sharpie. Now, this is what I notice a lot with our class is we have these kids and they draw like exactly how I draw it, and they are so beautiful, and then they get so impatient and they just like scribble to outline, or they don't, they're just in a hurry. And you know what? If you need to take a mental break and stop, like this is too much, stop and come back to it in 2 minutes, you know? So that's okay. Sometimes I have to stop and then come back and I'll see it better. The other thing that I want to say is I see these pencil lines where I did not like go right on the pencil line. Erase them. It'll make it look so much better. And make sure you're using up the entire paper. If you're using a regular 8.5 by 11 paper, use up to the very edges of the paper, off the edge of the paper. Don't have like this little lady in the middle of the paper. This is your artwork. And some of you, this is the only time you'll ever get to do art in your whole life. You might as well try, okay? So I'm going to color it, and I'll show you it when I'm finished. Alright, so I'm going to finish up coloring my girl. Her hair is black. Now, of course, if you want to do her hair a different color, I suggest doing black, because then it'll really show like that you're doing Gustav Klimt's girl. When I'm coloring a large space, again, I like to put my marker on the side. I don't usually hold my pen or my pencil like this.